From KGW, this is The Good Stuff.
Thank you for joining us for this special edition of The Good Stuff. I'm Christine Pitawanich. We've collected some of our favorite stories of the year, highlighting local businesses here in Portland and across the state, as well as the impact they have on us. Let's start with one of Oregon's most iconic landmarks, marking 100 years. Multnomah Falls Lodge hosted a centennial celebration earlier this year. Joe Ranieri spoke with visitors and the family that's run the lodge since the beginning.
In Oregon, we have seen a lot of change in the last 100 years. 18 different presidents, 22 different Oregon governors, but the one constant, Multnomah Falls Lodge.
This is really special that we've had this dedication to this being a public space open to everyone for all of these years. It's really an iconic spot.
Every year, nearly 3 million people come through here from all over the world. Chris Thompson was just one of those visitors who came out here from Pennsylvania.
Coffee and snack shop. Yeah, it's well done here. It's a really great state park.
On Monday, the lodge celebrated its centennial. 100 years of helping people make memories and celebrate the beauty in the gorge.
My grandfather came here in 1977. He had been part of Crater Lake Lodge, and then he came here as a general manager for Multnomah Falls Company, and so it's really been a part of our family my entire life.
Jill Willis's family has been helping run the Multnomah Falls Lodge for decades. That includes the restaurant, gift shop, and maintaining the grounds.
Multnomah Falls Lodge has been through a lot. You know, it's seen pretty much every Pacific Northwest natural disaster that we've come to know, and yet it's still here.
Some of her favorite memories are the same ones we all share.
Hiking with my family, getting that iconic picture, going back through my photos. I was just doing this recently with my mom, and we have so many photos. You can literally just watch me grow up.
Exploring one of the most beautiful places in our state, and now the goal for the next 100 years?
It's a privilege that we can protect this for future generations.
Joe Ranieri, KGW News.
It's a way of life here. Everybody helping everybody. As long as I don't go broke.
In rural Wasco County, there is a diner where people sit down together, and not just for coffee. For 21 years, Molly B's has become a daily drop-in for people in Tye Valley who have found a community there. And as Thomas Schultz found, that community came together to help the diner in its most difficult time.
In Tye Valley, if you wake at the crack of dawn, you must have slept in.
Oh yeah.
Because in the remote heart of Wasco County, early rising comes with the territory, especially at Molly B's, owned by Sandy C.
This food is like grandma's cooking.
We caught up with her right before Halloween, donning her headpiece for the season. As for the other decor, well, that's up year-round. And for 21 years, Sandy's run this diner with a little help from her daughter, Corey.
Everything is cooked fresh.
Just after 6 a.m., they're ready for the morning rush.
And then all this water is for our round table.
The Round Table,
Here, I'll let you through.
which substitutes as the town newspaper, will soon be filled with contributors.
Our mechanic Bill sits in that chair.
Wait, you're the best, Sandy.
Frank, when he comes in, he sits here.
Yeah, good job the other day on that fire.
Trading news of the day
Robert's on our Tye Valley fire.
and a helping hand. All just as routine-oriented as the owners.
They all have been coming here 22 plus years.
It's a homey place for people.
Yeah, right?
Making it more than just a place for a cup of Joe.
Yeah. And so, yeah, if anybody needs to know something, they stop down here for coffee.
They stopped down so much, they eventually brought their own mugs.
That's kind of how it works.
And before the mugs, there was another way to determine who's who.
And that's where our names of the chairs come in.
Chairs, marked with the names of customers who sat there every day for years.
And we try to keep the chairs where the people sat the most.
Really, it's about people.
A tight-knit circle that's had a tough go of it. Like wildfires this summer, leading to evacuations. Though at Molly B's,
Yes.
they didn't budge.
We had to feed the firefighters.
And they didn't need to, but that's what they do.
It's a way of life here. Everybody helping everybody. As long as I don't go broke.
And when there was a risk of going broke, the Round Table stepped up.
The community had to do something for Sandy because she was in trouble.
During COVID, restaurants shuttered. Molly B's shut down. Though customers organized a community picnic, ensuring Sandy stayed afloat.
You got through it.
You look out for one another. You have to look out after one another.
You want your egg sandwich?
And at this diner, they figure out how to step up.
There's been a lot of good deeds done starting here.
Absolutely.
Right here.
Good deeds, which flow through here like coffee, keeping this community alive in an isolated corner of Wasco County.
Sure don't find it in the big cities.
In Ty Valley,
Pancake and an egg.
Thomas Schultz,
That's it.
KGW News.
A community coming together, beautiful. Well, our next story takes us to Ridgefield, Washington, where it was a bittersweet end for the town's only hardware store. Devin Haskins shows us how the store's legacy is also an example of lasting love.
At the corner of Pioneer Street and Main Avenue, this building has stood here since 1914. Inside, it's what a small-town hardware store should be.
This is totally a throwback you get from the old days of hardware stores.
Scott Hughes and his wife bought the place in 1999.
You don't have to go into Home Depot and buy 25 screws when you need 3 or 4.
Some things have remained the same, like this original countertop and the scale that once weighed nails and screws.
It was made in 1914. I know it was purchased new for the store at that time.
It has been the only hardware store in town.
Makes it convenient because Home Depot is so far away, so it's easier to come here.
But after 111 years, Scott says it's time to say goodbye.
It's very heartbreaking that they're closing.
It's a business he has loved since he bought it.
You love your job, you never work a day in your life. That's the way this was. You never regretted a Monday having to come into work.
For Scott, this decision to close has been something he's been thinking about for the last 2 years. He says it is time to spend more time with his wife, Kathy.
Oh, she is my dream girl. Excuse me.
For more than 50 years, Scott and Kathy have always been side by side. She started working here when her dad owned the store from 1982 till 1999 when she and Scott took over.
She just loves this community. Born, raised here. She knows everybody.
Over the last decade, Kathy has been battling a disease that over time has required more attention. Now Scott says his place is by her side.
The last 2 years it's been progressing, and this year it's been progressing a little bit more, so that's why I need to spend time with her.
Ridgefield Hardware will close on September 30th.
Yeah.
But for Scott,
yep, and it'll be hard.
The memories inside these walls will never fade.
You always look back at your life and you see, do you have any regrets or anything? The last regret I would ever have is buying this store and marrying that woman.
In Ridgefield, Devin Haskins, KGW News.
Still to come, we are heading to Pendleton for a look at a decades-old program giving prison inmates jobs and skills they'll take with them beyond their sentence. By the way, you can share your photos and stories of good stuff happening in your community by texting the number on your screen, 503-226-5088. You can also email us at thegoodstuff@kgw.com.
Had you ever touched a sewing machine before this?
No, definitely. Definitely not. Never in my life I ever thought I would even pick up a sewing, like touch one, pick one up, or, maneuver anything like that.
Learning new skills while in prison seems to be a way to help people stay out. For more than 30 years, a popular clothing brand has been made inside the Oregon prison system. Now, the Prison Blues brand is expanding beyond clothes. Once again, here's Devin Haskins.
Inside these walls, there's a constant hum. It's the sound of seconds passing, one stitch at a time. The men here have one goal.
Push out a decent pair of jeans and make sure they're nice.
Those jeans are called Prison Blues. A line of denim workwear made on the inside by adults in custody since 1992.
I heard that it's a good job. You can support yourself. You ain't got to be, and you're busy all day.
Donald Pitchforth joined the Prison Blues program about 2 years ago.
I learned a long time ago that if I stay busy doing something constructive, that the non-constructive will take a second lead, you know?
He knows his job.
The buttons, belt loops.
He also knows who wears them.
My kids wear them out there. My son works in construction, so he buys Prison Blues.
Every single pair of jeans is carefully inspected. And after sewing 305 Prison Blues patches this day, a mistake on each one did not pass quality control.
Yeah, they send every pair back, so I got to take them all off.
Pitchforth was new to the sewing world when he started.
now I know why my mom never sewed.
Many here are.
Definitely not. Never in my life I ever thought I would even.
What they also have in common is time to learn.
I have about like seven years or so left.
I still got another, let's see, 12.
I have life without parole.
They each applied to join for their own reasons. For Israel Correa, it was a chance at redemption.
Kind of entered the prison with the mentality of, all right, I'm going to try to do better for myself.
That is the hope, to not just serve a sentence, but sew with a purpose.
So we want to help them actually gain experience, gain soft skills, and then they also get to, we help them with reentry prior to their release.
Melanie Doolin is the CEO of Oregon Corrections Enterprises. OCE oversees 13 different businesses at 10 institutions, Prison Blues being one of them.
So we have wood metal manufacturing, we have a sign shop, we have specialty lines.
These jobs are a sought-after position with a waiting list. Doolin says the impact is clear. If someone sticks with an OCE program for at least 6 months, their chances of reoffending drop by half. And right now, their overall recidivism rate is just 5.5%.
So that means they're going out into society and they're being contributing members to society instead of going out and being a burden on not only taxpayers, but also committing more crimes and coming back and filling our prisons.
Have I ever talked to a sewing machine? No.
John Gutierrez Alvarez had to wait about a year to get his interview.
It just talks to me, lets me know when it's angry. I started off as cuffs, making cuffs, putting them on coats, and now I'm about to take over as lead trainer.
Under the Prison Blues line, they not only have jeans, they have coats and shirts, and most recently, guitars.
40 minutes away at Two Rivers Correctional Institution,
This is something positive that I like to spend my time doing.
Sean Harris puts the finer touches on this electric guitar.
This is critical fine work for setting the string height over the fretboard.
And each guitar is made from recycled material, meaning no two are alike.
The craftsmanship is something that I really enjoy because I'm very detail oriented. So,
within the last 6 months, OCE started making the electric guitars at Two Rivers in Umatilla.
this thing's actually pretty stable. Is that too loud? Do a little dirty stuff here.
So far, they've made 3. Plans to have close to 70 by year's end, and then sell them in stores. For 33 years, there's been a steady hum inside these prison walls. Sound of men learning life skills, one stitch at a time. The same hands that once caused harm are now trying to make something good, and maybe find a way to make things right.
Oregon Corrections Enterprises, which oversees the brand, says Prison Blues has sold more than 32,000 pairs of jeans. They're even being sold in stores in Japan and soon Sri Lanka as well. Here locally, a store in Estacada told us Prison Blues sell better than name brand jeans. When we return, it is the crown jewel of Oregon coast cuisine. We meet the people helping bring those famous Dungeness crab from the sea to the dinner table. Stay with us. In our Fresh from Oregon series this year, we put the spotlight on the farmers, producers, and fishers who contribute to our state's economy. And for many people, Dungeness crab is more than just a meal.
Oh man, if I could, I'd eat it every day.
Oregon's Dungeness crab. For a lot of people, when it's on the menu, it's a go-to.
What sets Oregon Dungeness crab apart?
Flavor and its abundance in the ocean, I would say.
Jared Reeves is a crab fisherman out of Coos Bay. He has spent much of his life on a boat, fishing with family.
My dad and my uncle both were involved in fisheries. Not necessarily crab before me. We kind of all went crabbing around the same time, but they all had boats.
After so many years, he's still passionate about being a crab fisherman.
The salt air, I mean, the sea life, the camaraderie of a good crew, all those things, bringing in a good product to share with people, and just, I don't know, it's kind of a family tradition as well.
A tradition that not only supports the state economy, but also families up and down the Oregon coast.
They want to fish tomorrow, and they want their kids to fish next year.
Crystal Adams is the executive director of the Oregon Dungeness Crab Commission, an organization that supports and promotes the state's crabbing industry. According to the commission's numbers, commercial crabbing has, over the last decade, pulled in an average of more than $68 million a year. And the commission says Dungeness crab fishing typically brings in more money than every other type of fishing in Oregon.
It's a labor of love. People do it because it's in their blood. And, you should support that. Support your industry, support your state, support local fishermen.
Just know that it's a difficult thing to go do, but it's a very positive thing, and we just want everybody to try it and buy it, and support us, please.
More crab.
Right now, on its website, the Oregon Crab Commission has a license plate available to buy for $40 that would help support Oregon's Dungeness crab industry. Coming up, after years of work, a revamped Portland theater is open to crowds again. We'll take you inside when we return. Welcome back. We want to take a moment to highlight the local coffee shop that tried to help people keep food on the table when there was uncertainty over whether SNAP benefits would go out. Heretic Coffee took to social media saying they've been able to provide more than 100,000 meals thanks to more than 12,000 donors. In November, they started offering a SNAP breakfast where people who are poised to lose food assistance benefits could come during the government shutdown. Even though the government reopened, Heretic Coffee says they're still offering the SNAP breakfast to anyone who needs a meal. No proof needed. We'll call it a new life for one of Portland's oldest theaters. The Paris Theater, which has been shuttered since 2019, has reopened as a burlesque club. After years of renovation work, it's now home to a cabaret-style show that's delighted crowds for 2 decades in Washington.
A lot of sparkle, there's a lot of creativity, there's narrative, so our shows follow a storyline.
The Pinks opened the Can Culinary Theater near Pike Place in Seattle, and they say change is what's made it successful for the last 20 years, something they hope to replicate in Portland.
New shows, new menus, new seasons, we have new ingredients, we have all of dancers, costumes, and all of these things ever changing sort of with the times.
The first show is called 'Twas the Night Before Nutcracker. It's the classic ballet show reimagined as a cabaret-style show. Well, that is all the time we have, but before we go, a big thank you for your contribution to Oregon's economy, whether as a business owner or a shopper. And a reminder, you can always stream the good stuff whenever you'd like. Just download our free kgw-plus TV app.